with Giselberg stuff and Mark Hagen. Okay, so let me start with a list of examples to justify why this notion is interesting. So the first point is that there are many examples. First of all, hyperbolic groups are examples. So this is because it's supposed to generalize hyperbolic groups. That's the conference for that. So if you have a direct product of hierarchical hyperbolic spaces, then it's hierarchical hyperbolic. And also, if you have something that's hyperbolic relative to an HHS, then it's hyperbolic. So for example, something that's hyperbolic relative to Abelian groups is an HHS. Then what's one of the main motivating examples is the mapping class group. So mapping class groups are hierarchical hyperbolic, and in fact, so Mazer and Minsky developed some machinery to study mapping class groups, and what we did is somehow axiomatize that machinery and show that it applies to many other cases. So relatively to mapping class group, there's tacular space with either the tacular or the Valky-Peterson method. And then there's right-hand marking groups and many other cubulated groups. We like to say all, but we don't know that yet. Fundamental groups of non-geometric three manifolds. And then we have some beginning of a small constellation theory, but that needs some more work. Okay, so I won't give the full definition because it's long, but I will explain the main feature, and I will do so by looking at a concrete example. So right-hand marking groups. So our working example. Can you read? Is right-angle arc groups. We'll denote A of gamma for a graph gamma. So if someone wants a definition of a right-angle arcing group, now it's the time to ask for it. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So, right, so what's how can you describe the idea behind relative hyperbolicity? So idea, and that's the idea that has been developed by Mazer and Minsky for mapping class groups. So it's to reduce the study of the geometry of a gamma to the geometry of a family of hyperbolic spaces. Some sort of specified family of hyperbolic spaces. So the gamma is not hyperbolic, unless it's free. There's obvious product regions in there, but still the geometry can be controlled by a family of hyperbolic spaces. And we all like hyperbolic spaces, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Okay. And so let me tell you what the main hyperbolic space is.
There are finite dimensions.
Infinitely many. So let me tell you about the first one. And it's a graph that wants to capture what happens globally on a gamma. All the things that cannot be studied in a proper subgraph of gamma. Okay, so if you have some sort of phenomenon that can be studied in a smaller subgraph, you should probably study it in the smaller subgraph. Okay, and so what do we do? So take C of A gamma. So this is the K graph of A gamma with respect to an infinite generating set. So the vertex set of gamma, union, all the things that live in a proper subgraph. So you should read this as proper induced subgraph. constant that you don't want to care about for the moment bounded, and you get some sort of space. And and I said we want to have hyperbolic spaces, and in fact this is a hyperbolic space. Theorem, maybe just proposition. Well, okay, let's call it a theorem. So C of A gamma is a quasi-tree, so it's quasi-isometric to a tree. In particular, it's hyperbolic. Okay, so that's good. And we want to compare the geometry of A gamma with the geometry of C of A gamma. And there's an obvious way to do it. There's an obvious map, just the inclusion. And so let me write it in this way for the purposes. So there exists a coarsely which is map from which we call pi of A gamma from A gamma to C of A gamma. And I mean, it's a stupidly complicated way to say that the inclusion is one inch. I.e. the inclusion. Okay. Right, so as I said, this graph, this hyperbolic space, captures what happens kind of globally on gamma and not on a proper subgraph. But if we want to keep track of also what happens in proper subgraphs, we need more hyperbolic spaces. So, family of hyperbolic spaces. So whether the other ones, well, they're very similar. They're just defined, I mean, same definition, but they're defined on subgraphs. And so the other hyperbolic spaces let me denote it by C of G A lambda. So let me be slightly precise. Let's say that this is, I mean, this is really the vertex set is this coset of A lambda, and then there are edges similar to the ones that define the K graph there. Let me just write G times K graph of A lambda, respect the vertex set of lambda union A lambda prime strictly containing lambda. Okay, so the analogous thing for smaller subgraphs. And actually, so where G is just some A gamma, and lambda is a subgraph. So since there are product regions, there are cosets that are parallel, and somehow you don't want to consider two parallel cosets to be distinct. They really capture somehow the same information. So this is why so we're gonna restrict. I mean, we're just gonna consider things up to parallelism in a sense that I'm about to specify. So let me denote by S. A set of, well, it's a set of G A lambdas as well, but we divide by parallelism equivalence relation. Okay. And we declare G A lambda to be equivalent, to be parallel to H A lambda if G versus H commutes with A lambda. Okay, so you see what this geometrically means we have a coset here, and you have a parallel coset. So when you do so when you do when you multiply by G inverse H, you get from one to the other. Okay, they capture the same information. They're within bounded distance. Okay. And now, right. So we have this Coxey-Lipschitz map that you should think of a map that compares the geometry of a gamma with the geometry of that quasi tree. And we also have some maps here.
Could you do an explicit example of what this will look like for a specific example of a rack?
What this set as?
The whole thing you just described.
So let's take z squared.
Okay.
Maybe. Right. So for z squared, you are taking just so this has 3 elements. So the one corresponding to the okay. Things corresponding to a point. The thing corresponding to a point.
Let's start with the C of A gamma.
Well, C of A gamma. I don't know. I don't think it gets more explicit than you can make it more explicit.
It'll be quasi-symmetric to a point, though, right?
Yeah, it's quasi-symmetric. It's quasi-symmetric to a point if you're a direct product.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a quasi-3 and stupid, but otherwise it's an unbounded quasi-3.
Okay. And then, so this Coxey-Lipschitz map, this is a map from the group to something that's quasi-symmetric to a point.
Yeah. So that.
Okay.
Well,
so
yeah, for that case of the direct product, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
In this relation, so the lambda, the second lambda is a lambda prime, or is just the same?
No, it's the same.
It's the same lambda. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you will take you take a smaller graph.
Yeah, they're really
There are two examples, right?
Yeah. In GA lambda, HA lambda. Same lambda.
No, but there are two which are not the same. Because there are different lambdas. There are one point another. So you have this is squared, right? So it is.
Oh yeah, it's this square you have the horizontal and the vertical ones.
So you have 2 points.
Yeah, so this is gonna have the thing for the trigger graph, so it's just 1 point. The one for the horizontal, one for the vertical, and one for the whole.
4 points.
Okay. So maps. So and in so the point is that in various senses when you combine all the information that you get from all the C's, you get information on A gamma. So we will see that. But yes, but first we need maps to compare the geometry. And it's very easy to define them. So there's this map I, G, A lambda from A gamma to C. G A lambda is just defined as follows. So it's
Alex, can you write a bit bigger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's defined by. So you just compose with the closest point projection and the inclusion. So you go from A gamma to G lambda by closest point projection. And then the inclusion map, the one. So this the same map as in the remark up there. Okay, so this map is meant to capture what happens in A gamma from the point of view of this coset. Okay. And so, as I said, this family of hyperbolic spaces controls the geometry of A gamma, so let me give you one manifestation of this in the form of the distance formula. So, here. Distance formula. Okay, so I will write some quantifiers here. Let's not worry about that for now. So the distance formula gives you a way to estimate the distance between 2 points in your ride. So up to multiplicative and additive errors by a sum. Sum over representatives of parallelism classes. So let me be slightly imprecise and write it like that. Of the distance between the projections. So distance in C lambda. We'll have a bit more space. Okay. So this is infinite in general, so what actually should be done is you should only consider the projections that are larger than some threshold. So let me write what this symbol means in this board. So that symbol just means, so take A if A is larger than L and 0 otherwise. Okay? So, right, so when you sum the distance from the points of view of the various hyperbolic spaces that you have, you get back the original distance. So this is one very concrete way in which the geometry of the geometry of this controls the geometry of that. In particular, notice that if these are all small, so if 2 points project close in each hyperbolic space, then they're closed in the original one. So the quantifiers for this are that for any large enough threshold, there exist multiplicative and additive constants given in this symbol, so that for any pair of points, this formula holds.